Hello everyone, welcome back. We have dished a little blue border around the cam for the stream, but we are going to be playing as India. We just formed India. This is kind of the point we left off on. We have our own power block, and so we've gained enough principal or mandate juice to put in vassalization 1, which I'm not even sure we really are that in love with, but we are making use of it. We're putting in a bunch of consumption taxes, and we're also doing a bunch of this authority stuff. The reason we kind of put it in is we are already set up to use a lot of authority from the British power block, which we were in before, but we are going to start the meme. We are going to start the meme this episode. I don't think we'll make much progress on the meme, but the meme is we're going to return the United States to the Indians, just the wrong Indians. And we are also not going to annex the United States. Instead, we will leave them with a little bit of a reservation. The United States can still exist. We're just going to move them all to Oklahoma. So this is going to be the plan. Hey, Pueblo. How's it going? Oh, we plays Chile? Big nice. It is big nice. Chile is a little big nice. A big little nice, if you will. We have an adjacency to Chile. We actually need to declare war. I think we've already subjugated Argentina and Chile here. We could try and subjugate Peru, Bolivia at this point now, because, and it's exactly 25 infamy. Wild. Really not sure where we're supposed to spend. I don't think we want to just straight up just go for a state on the USA. And I think we're going to eventually rival the USA. I think right now we're genial, though. And for the meme, we're going to have to give this up. So we could ban slavery for them to start a play and then put something in. But the problem is they could just back down to it. So, and we would not be able to recoup the infamy. So I think we're not going to do that. We could go after China states. Let's take a look. They only have power projection of 5K. We only have power projection of 4K, though. We definitely don't want to lose. I think we lost a war against Great Qing, or we almost did. Actually, I think we probably actually have a truce with them. No, the Sikh Empire does, though. So finding one of these is going to be a little bit difficult. The true meaning of the Indian Territory achievement. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Are you going to break them up? New England, New Africa, etc.? Yeah, this is the way we're going to do it. Intervention or agrarianism? Interventionism. Can you vassalize the U.S.? We don't want to do that because we want to leave them with Oklahoma. Otherwise, we would play for that for the purposes of annexing them, but we want to leave the United States of America in Oklahoma, which is tremendously inefficient, but this is the way we want to play it. So, just trying to think now who we should go after. Probably just going after unrecognized guys. I think all these are like subjugated already, though. Can't go after these guys. There's actually like decent resources back there. We can't even... France has already taken care of all this. We could just go after Sokoto. Are we really just supposed to protect our Peru, Bolivia? Well, we don't want to rumble with France or like the UK or someone like that as well. We have a native Central American interest. We kind of declared a few more interests here and there. I'm really struggling to find where we should be declaring our wars. I think Nejd is already a subject. Oh, were we wanting to go into Bukhara? They're in the Russian market, though. Almost certainly they join against us. Kokand isn't, though. I think Kandahar we have military access through. If I recall correctly, we are not exempting them from service. But we don't have a Central Asia thing? Alright. The Workers' Republic. Yeah, we, like, just did it, so... We unpause, we immediately get People's Revolution is complete. Could change our anarchist to a communist. Let's not do the anarchist route. Oh, that kind of solves our bureaucracy problem, at least temporarily. We still have a bunch of the queue, though, so that's fine. This is also a bit of a problem. But I think this is because we abdicated. Playing against Japan in 36 was lucky. The opposition pushed for tenant farmers, allowing you to pass corn laws. That is lucky. Whether or not to swap to laissez-faire. I'm planning on making a video pretty soon here about economic systems. But I actually think there's reasons to go interventionism sometimes now. But I do think laissez-faire is just generally going to be better. If you're engaging in any type of foreign investment, that's when interventionism starts to look good. What's the best play for Portugal after Brazil or South Africa? South Africa, for everyone, basically. The easiest way to do this is to protect America, make them a puppet, and make Mexico a protectorate, and grant them the rest of America except for Oklahoma. But we want Mexico to look like Mexico. We don't want Mexico to be our color. So we wouldn't want to annex Mexico and then leave it. We want it to look like... We also want to take this off of Canada. We want it to look like just literally like a normal United States, and then Oklahoma, except it's India. I remember you recommended not switching to laissez-faire if I have puppets, but they will only buy buildings that I construct the government sector. So your puppets can't buy your buildings, but if you want to... So, for example, we kind of want to build in Persia. If we build in Persia, they'll buy our buildings. If we actively build in Persia. So we're not actively building in Persia. If we wanted to actively build in Persia, we should be on interventionism, and then all the government buildings would be, or all the buildings we build would be government owned, and Persia would not be able to swoop them up and buy them. These are mostly owned by, looks like us. Or, well, a lot for the UK. So I think we're also might want to tangle with the UK overall this episode. Germany's probably going to form. But... you could annex Mexico and then release them as independent. I'm just thinking about what you're saying here. So, puppet USA, puppet Mexico, feed USA to Mexico, annex Mexico, release Mexico. I have the rest of USA states. And just leave Oklahoma. Cuba's probably a better country to protectorate. I think someone else might already be on that. We also have a bunch of construction in the queue. I think we actually were holding off on this swap, so we'll swap that up too. This is an interesting one. We might intervene in this. We might not. Kinda wanna go after Greece. Why can't we target them? I could have sworn we put an interest in Central Asia. We did not. That explains it. Which, this will be nice because it'll give us a native interest in Central Asia as well. We'll just have to keep Kandahar as, joining our wars. So that we can be able to do this type of stuff. How much are we spending on trade routes? 8K. We do not have a lot of supply routes required right now, which is really nice. Our market's almost entirely contiguous. We have this little bit over here, basically. But once we get the thing... Has your opinion on state atheism changed since 1.7? Yeah, now it's going to make it impossible to pull people into your block. So, the fact that it's impossible to pull people into your block is like something you should consider. Here, we could just declare neutrality here and see what the yo-yo looks like for this. No, cannot get any of that. Pretty unlikely we could get a transfer state here. Obligation would be real nice. Cannot do that. Okay. What a shame. I think we're just gonna go for conquer states. Kind of a little bit. I think we just want to get an ingress into Russia, so let's go for something like this. I don't think they're very likely to back down to this. More cannons in there. And then, alright, you already have good mobilization, so we're gonna try and make things look better. What does EIC stand for? East India Company. If someone has investment rights, your ownership can sell shares to foreign investors. I don't think once you have ownership, it ever changes hands. Like, once a financial district owns something, but if the government owns it, yeah, they can sell. If you want to bankrupt something, make a few hundred railways in their capital. This is true, but... Oh, that's like a level of... This will work, but I'm not sure we want to cheese like that. Liberty desire reduction on sacred civics gives us 0.1, but it's invisible. Interesting. Your capitalists and aristocrats successfully sold all their shares, and I had to start over. You played as Japan with 13 investors. After 30 years, you only had buildings under government ownership left. Well, that is interesting. I mean, you can get buildings downsized if they're not profitable. But it would be news to me that one investor can sell to another. My understanding is one financial district can't sell to another. We'll see if Russia sways in here. And then we might also declare on the USA for ban slavery plus something else. I wish we could see what we could liberate off of them right now. We could end our trade agreement with them, though. Get one with Venezuela. Maybe we could look to pull Venezuela into the block, but I think we don't want to pull people into the block that have a bunch of arable land. Oh, that was one of our that was our lobby demand, anyways. That's perfect. We do have an anti-American lobby, or an anti-Belgian. We had an anti-American lobby? Our lobbies disappeared because of this monstrosity that's going on currently in our... Oh, we're Council Republic now? I don't think we were planning on going cooperative ownership. Suppose we could, but then we lose all overseas shares. I think that that's like a really substantive reason to not want to go it sometimes. I suppose we don't have too much overseas shares right now. We could go communist. We put in some railway stuff. We're building a silk plantation in Punjab and fishing wharves over there. No country can perform foreign investment in India, at least now. If you have laissez-faire, you can never undo those railways? Yeah, that's fine. Which ahistoric pay-to-win Paradox DLC is this? Wait, what? What do you mean? India formed IRL? You mean us doing this? That's just the art of the deal, baby. You conquer California, you can use that as your thing to feed USA to. Oh, just subjugate California release. Didn't do anything over time. I noticed that all your holders lost everything and foreign investors bought their share. Interesting. Are we full communist yet? No. Hey, genius. Got a bankroll from USA as they were fighting rebellion and they go bankrupt, become a minor power, and then puppet them. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why bankrolls is so, like... Bankrolls are just so absolutely huge when you can get them. I think we're getting... Are we getting a bankroll from someone? No, we're not. Oh, they just ended up backing down, so we got a refund on the infamy, and we only got one state. That's not too bad. Not what we wanted, but... Oh, if we wanted to... Oh, I wonder if the USA has any ownership in our country. I wish you could also target the ownership that you're trying to buy up, which I don't think you can when you force nationalize. Oh, we wanted to go... That's why we wanted to go communist. Now I remember. Well, if we do that, foreign investment gets really bad, because it'll just... And we own a decent amount of stuff. God, I just hate that. Yeah, like, we own 25% of their economy here, 40% of their economy, 40% of their economy. I mean, if we're gonna... We could just go interventionism and then seize all their stuff. The problem is we want to eliminate all the UK's ownership in our territory. I think that's the way to do it if we don't want to go Council Republic. I think eventually we want to annex Persia, and the way we do it is the only way we can acquire enough leverage, I think, is yeah. So let's see if we have any unemployed people. We do. Whoa ho ho! Hey hey hey! We might yo-yo and just try and see if we can get a bankroll here. I don't think we actually can, though. If it's already 50, if that's the... how much they value our thing, then... military power of India is already 50, so... ideological similarities of our government. Unfortunately, we can't actually manipulate that. Little to lose to enemy bankrolls, yeah. Nikki Deedles, thank you for the follow, big nice. We're so close to 1K followers on Twitch. I mean, we could join just for a war goal. But if we're gonna get a truce with the USA, I think we want more than just one war goal, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think we could get this. God, that sucks. If we if we had something other than the rural folk that we could slot in, we could manipulate this stuff, but we don't. We really want these guys to have a come up. I mean, we could try and make that happen. We don't need all these consumption taxes right now, I suppose. Let's do this. Oh, if we're not, yeah. We're currently not getting a bankroll, so let's also not do that. Let's see if we can bolster these guys up. We are in Council Republic, you know? And universal suffrage, so we should be able to get them out and going. They'll also be super happy with us, so. When you go cooperative ownership, what happens to the stuff you build elsewhere? It slowly becomes locally owned there elsewhere. So, like, you just lose the buildings. Hey Gene, how's it going? Started a week vacation from work, chilling to watch you stream while at work, adapting the 1836 mod to NO 1836 to 1.7. Nice. I like that mod. If Japan was a minor, I'd try and puppet them, and somehow as I'm fighting them, they become a major, and I lose the war goal. I wish it made sense, as you can't puppet a major, but why not cancel the war goal and give your infamy back? Yeah, this is, generally speaking, I think that the most frustrating things that can happen to you are your war goals getting bricked, and that's a problem with the war system where you just, like, you shouldn't put your war goals in at the start, and then those are the ones you can enforce, and those are the only ones you can enforce. Like, the entire war, like, declaration and resolution system is, like, frustrating. We need to find someone to fight. I mean, we should have done it when it was only 24 infamy. Oh well. I think that, let's check our companies out, because I don't know. Okay, we got this one. So, we want to make sure we're using all of our labor-saving PMs on sulfur. We're not. And we also want to export sulfur if we can. To try and increase the price of sulfur, to increase the productivity, to try and get the Antofagasta bonus. New Granada won't make a difference. And then we'll be able to fight the USA in a banned slavery war. And it won't be too big a deal. Hey, Rusikov, thank you for the 500, it's Krona, right? Czech Krona? CZK? Thank you so very much. Much appreciated. That's quite a bit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry you're having difficulty with your Japan run, too. I haven't seen that before, though, so I'm actually curious how that works, that if they can sell ownership, because my understanding was they couldn't. Get a defensive pact, they'll be more likely to accept, but then we'll have to deal with the defensive pact. I think you were talking about this. Oh, these guys are up to 4.1%, so that's really nice. I think the fact that they raised their army during the war made it so they become a major because of prestige or something. It could be that. It could also be their economy grows in size. So if they're producing arms and the price of arms goes up, their GDP will go up, right? Which is kind of a weird sort of interaction, but that's how it works. So anytime you start fighting a war, your GDP goes up. I mean, you also start losing money from your balance, but that's like not a big deal. I think we don't even like monitors, to be honest. We still got all this in the queue, huh? Alright, I know we have construction sectors in the queue. Let's kick them to the front. They're all on steel buildings, so we should be losing money after all this completes, but it's not too big a deal because we're not even running max taxes. And we could run a little bit higher, and that'll be fine. It'll be a-okay. We have a very large amount of peasants still, so we definitely do not want to like be. We're not in conserve SOL mode. Divergences 1.7 is nearly bug-free now that they released a second hotfix for it. We'll have to check that out. I think the next stream run will probably be on divergences. Yeah. It would be, like, I think the devs for Vic 3 are, like, not interested in a system that is not the front system for warfare. Or that's the impression I've gotten from them. Not from like personally talking to them, but through their public like kind of presentations and stuff, or like what they've said publicly. That seems to be like how they feel about things. Not tell him, $20 is a lot. Jacoba. If he donates through the YouTube, I could see if I click on the thing, I could see roughly how much it translates to. But $20 is a big dono. Most of the donos are like $5. We do not want the authoritarian, I don't think. We do not need the the rural folk group political strength. We want the trade unions to have to come up, so hopefully they got here in time, or they get there before they get overrun. And then with the China army, we're just gonna land starting in Panama, I think. Please get there. There we go. We should have put a war reps like on the other guys. Yeah, so that there was a chance that they back down, but it's not too big a deal. We should be getting up to about 1K construction. Yeah, but the fact that you lose the war goal and still have the infamy shouldn't be a thing, at least refund the infamy. Yeah, I mean, like, the entire, like, declaration system is just, like, weird. HR Matthew, thank you for the follow, big nice. Like, the entire war system is just, like, has problems. Like, I don't... Oh, this had to go around because the way we did it? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I thought that's the strategic objective. Really would be nice if we could have gotten these guys demarginalized before our election popped, but it is what it is. Anarchist, but does this guy have good traits? Imperious. Minus decree cost. I mean, I think Imperious is better than what this guy has. This guy's 37. This guy's 45. We kind of don't like either of them, so we would prefer the older guy. As well. We should be able to push through them really quick. Are you taking Zanzibar as a protectorate? Damn it. Kinda don't like that. I don't know why I clicked that. I just meant to hover it and see what the chances were. Yeah, there's like no shot. Oh well. Do we still not have colonialization? Not like this, bro. This has been a weird run from the political perspective because we passed homesteading earlier. I feel like if we could go back and do it all over again, we would have just tolerated tenant farmer and not done this. You could do this by checking as China, granting everyone investment rights. Over time, you'll see how buildings that belong to local upper strata now belong to foreigners. Interesting. I think you should be able to ask for new stuff at the end of a war. Me too. It's one of the reasons I think the war system's really dumb. I hate naval invasion against great powers. I always have to try and have a front if I plan to fight them. To be fair, this is like, naval invasion should be hard, but it's also like weird that you can cheese it super easy if you do have a front. They just turtle with their massive stack, yeah. I mean, landing them IRL would have been hard too, though. Unless you have Tewodros. Then landing is very easy. Bihar is on a river, a mappy river. That's the main reason we're building there. So they will get, eventually they'll get 100% mappy. We have a river there, and then we also have a river from Punjab into Sindh. Different river. But this will get them out pretty quick. It should, at least. I just realized we didn't double check that our generals are pushing. Terrible. Because we did have that one really tough war. There we go. UK versus Ottomans. It's a big one. A Yankees fan. How's your rotated Ethiopia run going? This is like the next thing we're going to record. We might record this a little bit today. We have to record an ownership tutorial and then we're going to switch to Spain. But I think we're going to do just 1 or 2 more episodes. I think the goal is going to be landing the UK in a war where we don't have a front with the UK. Which is, we were just discussing that being like difficult, but if you have plus 20 offense, every single thing you will have will be on offense. I think that overcomes the landing penalty, to be honest. So that's kind of the plan. I think... They won't give us forced nationalization. Bro. I'm a little surprised they aren't closer for become subjects. So they want Bulgaria, Dobruja, Northern Thrace, Basara, Eastern Thrace. Jesus Christ, man. The thing is like, we think the Ottomans just back down here. This actually probably tanked our relations with the UK on its own. Them doing all that, because it was in... It gave us like minus 20 relations. We do want to seize everything that the UK's bought from us. But we can seize it economically. We really need to get more Diplo. Well, more Diplo would be nice. I guess we don't really need it, but... But thank you so very much for the Dodo Yankees fan. Not Yankees fan. What would happen if you could get over 100% happy? I mean, the funny answer is, like, the game would explode, but, like, the real answer is like, you can't have the price be 105% determined by something. I don't know, everything would cost just 5% more. The infamy generation for forced nationalization is so high. Yeah. This is the... Ooh. Now who's worried? Liberate Cornwall. Jesus, that's never getting enforced. But now we're at a point where we could deck on Qing pretty easily here. Or this is a good opportunity. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of infamy to work with. So taking a Qing state is maybe not the best, but releasing Mongolia, something like that would be okay. We can't release Yunnan, unfortunately. Inner Mongolia might actually be worth taking. They generally don't incorporate it. And, it's very cheap on the infamy, usually. But this plus release Mongolia for Urga and Ulastai. I guess releasing Manchuria as well would be okay. As well as Wittgenstein. We probably want to start the war sooner rather than later, though. The problem is we want to put in a war goal that costs enough infamy to kick us over 25, so I guess we do have to wait. they'll be having... That war should not resolve instantly because they're pretty evenly matched there, which is unfortunate for them. Get a new chairman, which is the guy that we had promoted. We upgraded an institution here. Let's go a couple levels of this. Actually, let's just do one. Because I think we have a bonus that's going to time out. Oh, we probably want to. I just realized, if we're gonna switch off of laissez-faire, we want to go macro really quick. We could do that. I guess local price could count negatively. What do you mean? You would do like the market price minus the local price, so then like add it like 0.5% of it, just inverse the local effect. Inversing the local effect, I'm not sure. You don't see Qing ever vassalize Korea? Interesting. We could just go for this. That's kind of the really straightforward play. Could play for birth rate and mortality. What's stopping us here? $8 years is stopping us. That's too long. So the problem for us is we do not have a coal company. We would like a coal company. We have a steel company already though in Tata. I guess we don't have glass, or at least temporarily the glass and furniture looks kind of good, to be honest. So let's do it. I think it was 4.8 infamy for Inner Mongolia. These guys are still being a little sticky. Let's make a defensive army. Can you use control click? No, you can't. RIP. Alright. Oh, Prussia sides against us, though. We kind of don't want to mix it up with Prussia or Spain. Maybe this is why we didn't do anything with them before. I mean, we have a ton of infamy. We don't, like, have to fight here. So. Yeah, the map be applying negatively, I'm not sure that would help you though. I think that would hurt you. Oh, I realized we could maybe side for Panama, but... Yeah, just don't want to interfere with these just quite yet. Prosperity should be going up. Yeah, we just need to crank up construction way more than we have it at right now. The cowards level of construction. Game's not even lagging yet. Terrible. There we go. What is this? Is this another formed Germany? It is. Bankrolls, please. We still don't have a coal company. I wish there was a really good coal company other than Kaiping Mining, and a really good sulfur company other than the railway company, because, like, having two of the railway companies feels a little derpy. So it looks like we could get a bankroll from France if we yo-yo. We'd kind of rather Prussia make the thing. I don't know why we can't get a bankroll from Prussia, though. Do we have bad relations with them? Oh, they're antagonistic. And our relations are poor, that's why. If we had more Diplo, we would not be in this situation because we would have improved relations with them. I think we might just save and yo-yo here, though. Get a bankroll from France, which will cripple France. And ask for Prussia's forgiveness later. 105% Mappy isn't real, it can't hurt you. For the inverse reason that low Mappy is bad, yeah. It would help you for the inverse reason. Okay, so... let's have a think about that. Hypothetically, we have too much coal, just causing the coal to be cheap. You're right, it would help you, yeah. So if we have too much coal here, the coal's cheaper because we have more sell orders than buy orders. We would actually prefer coal to be more expensive because we have more sell orders than buy orders. And if we had more sell orders than buy orders, yeah, that checks out. We are actually not currently the target of a sway or support from another country. It's just not letting us do the things. As one does. Am I considered crazy if you have more than 1,000 battalions in your Austria run? Not if you need the battalions or you're using them for economic stimulus. I think this works. Does this not work anymore? This might not work anymore. Looks like it doesn't work anymore. Bruh. That's probably a really good thing, actually, but... typical Prussia shenanigans, basically. I'm still getting used to the nerfs in terms of being able to tell what can be done. But we cannot do the things there. the things they do not be thingin'. What can we get from them, though? Obligation. I don't think the obligation's worth getting the ticking negative relations. Netherlands siding with Prussia did not happen in the last timeline. But the thing is the military power can't be overcome. The real big problem is that we have these guys in government, which no one else has, which is actually hurting our Diplo really hard. Which, like, this has been interesting for this, like, run. Just, like, homesteading being, like, actually awful for us overall. There's no other potential government we can slot in. Everything's terrible. Crying, screaming, throwing up, etc. Mostly etc. If the people are agitating for cooperative ownership, we kind of don't like that considering we're not planning on doing it. These guys are at 4.6 though, so slowly and steadily they're coming up. Bonuses will be very nice. We can still kind of afford more construction, so... do some of that. The yo-yoing still works. The notification said France declined. Yeah, I know that we can do it, but I'm saying that we're getting no acceptance chance from it, is what I'm saying. Right? The fact is you can't get more than 50 from the military power of India, whereas before you would get, if you joined one side and then joined the other, you would get a lot more. And so the only thing you can overcome is the 1,000, that is, your power would be irrelevant. We could get them to transfer something. But I don't think that's worth the taking negative relations with Prussia. Also, I do think we want Prussia to win this, so... or Germany, as it were. Let's do that. Add some more construction. We can afford it, especially with the glass company. Glass company actually is like nice QOL for the construction. Nuke some of these that aren't very profitable. Actually, let's just be aggressive with this to save time. And this will make the gameplay faster. There's also like a bug where it gives you trade routes that you didn't put in yourself, which is actually a super obnoxious bug. Let's see. Maybe we could get someone to... everyone's agitating for cooperative ownership, not like this. We could pass anarchy, it's just bad though. Definitely want to demarginalize the trade unions before we think about going back onto something else. This guy will want to pass colonial exploitation. Is there another jingoist we could hire? I think he's the only one. Alright. We do want colonialization of some kind. We haven't been passing laws. We'd prefer resettlement, but maybe we should have let him agitate a little bit more before trying to pass. Of course, if we cancel, we'll make them a lot more mad, which could make passing easier later. Also, maybe a world where we just abdicate to them. Where are you guys from? Tajik. Let's make a Central Asian army. Real folk are so annoying after getting homesteading to escape serfdom. Basically, you just like can't. It's particularly bad if you get onto something later than wealth voting, but we did it for other stuff. Of course, the rural folk don't want change. With homesteading, they got everything they wanted, their own piece of land to farm without owning anything. Without owing anything to a social superior. Yeah, but this guy wants to watch the world burn. The anarchist. Should handle that war too. Do we have an investment pool draining? God, our investment pool's growing. No shot. I think we're gonna spam some unis. What are we even researching here? We're going ahead of time to get that because we want to go. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. This law passes is likely to go extremely poorly. I wonder if we can get an alliance with either Great Britain or... No, God. We, like, really would prefer to have, We do have negative relations. We could rival them, but I don't think that's helpful. We don't have enough mandate for external trade, too. I think that's what we're gonna grab next. We're okay with that. Yeah, we should have had other war goals in on them. Big Sag. Looks like the UK is doing UK things. A little bummed that that war actually popped off. Now the UK is going to have a bunch of random stuff of the Ottomans. Stuff that borders us, I think, which might be good for us overall. I just don't think we can land... The problem is I don't think we can land this. Because they're going to raise a bunch of conscripts. They're still... Unless they're not on, Nat Militia, but they are. Canceling law only gives 10 radicalism now. It used to give 30. Oh, interesting. Your body's ready for the meme? Well, here's the meme. We're still trying to set it up. But the meme is that we conquer all the United States, except for Oklahoma. And that will be a reservation for the United States because we think that the land should be returned to the Indians. And we just get the nice screenshot of India plastered over the USA. Anarchy gives minus 50% authority? Yeah. Would it be good to go wealth voting to escape the rural folk? Well, considering we're already swimming in this soup, it would be reasonable. But considering we're already swimming in, like, the soup we're swimming in, we really would like these guys to become demarginalized if we can. But it looks like we're actually just struggling with that, so maybe we just want to come off of it. But also, I invite you to show us how we get to wealth voting. Actually, I think we had an agitator, but other than that, it looks like a little bit difficult to get onto wealth voting. Not very expensive for investment rights. But oh, and we got a setback. Brilliant. Brazil's occupied them there. We'll say go gadget to them. Yeah, I wish we could improve relations with guys more. I mean, we could decide we just want to rival. I don't think we actually want to rival the UK is the thing. The Netherlands is kind of weak, so let's rival the Netherlands so we can improve relations here. Nice. Hopefully we can get this colonization through. We just need to find a way. What's the best way to get a front with the... Is the best way to get a front with the USA going after Oregon? We can't liberate a subject from Canada. We have to liberate Canada from Great Britain. We could also just prepare to land with like a doom stack, but... I don't know the answers. There's no sound of a vroom vroom car. I feel betrayed. As well you should. 3v3v3. I think we might try and do that next weekend. I think our EOS is up to 50, right? So let's get some of that. Look at us still building to 31 because our muscle memory is just too bad. Do we have... Yeah, we have shift work. put this all in the Bengal, or... Let's do that. Organize some of these a little bit better. Law progressing is really nice. 18%, I mean, it's still unlikely we pass it because we have a lot of opposition, but should be getting close. Yeah, we are getting close here for external trade. And then we'll be able to kind of play nice with everyone except for the USA. I think we still aren't going to be able to reduce autonomy on Persia. Oh, we're getting close though. That's the one we want to kind of work towards annexing, so... External trade too, so good. Look at that, look at that, look at that, 2k Diplo to work with. Insane. So good. We can't militarily lower their autonomy or whatever. Kabul has bad relations with us, so we'll improve them. We're already funding lobbies here, so that's kind of what we can do. Get all these relations back up to kind of the cap here. And then we could start working on someone like the Ottomans to pull them into our block, which is a lot worse now, considering what's going on. Or I guess the UK didn't enforce on them? What's going on? Wait, what? They were being occupied. Let's improve relations. Big Uluru, are they still... They're independent, Jesus. Worst timeline. God, so much Diplo out of the sky. Mana from heaven, really. Is Peru Bolivia subject? Yes. The 25% infamy decay bonus is simply not enough. Infamy should either be buffed to cost less or decay quicker at base stats. Really? I don't know. I think the entire system should just be reworked. I think infamy is just this weird abstraction. What the great powers should care about is like the balance of power. More so than like you can get colonial offices and stack all the modifiers and just annex all the unrecognized world and stay under 25 infamy. And they like, they don't care. Yeah, Great Britain also doesn't like us, wonder why. Me too. But that's okay, we're gonna improve relations. It's so much better if you get this, like, if you get this really early on, external trade too, it's just so strong, but it is what it is for us. We are just gonna have max cohesion no matter what anyway. But we could maybe pull in someone like Morocco. And Mascara here. How the hell did Mascara win that war against the French Republic? France just shit the bed. I don't know how the UK also lost having the front there, so UK kind of shit the bed too. Guess we'll see how that one ends up. Okay, we have expensive furniture. We could export the luxury furniture and just push the furniture pretty hard. Well, let's get you up to 50. So now we have a furniture company. So nice having the capital in South Bengal, though. We really do not need a lot of stuff for port connections. But I think that, oh, this is going to be good. I think that that might help us demarginalize them. But I think we're also going to max out ports here. The reason being is that more trade levels will mean more Diplo for us. So we're going to do some of that as well in the queue. And we can afford it, and it'll also make our industries more profitable. Let's make sure we are exporting on this stuff. Yeah, we have really expensive furniture, which implies kind of cheap luxury furniture. But we'll try and get the price of that up a little bit. We definitely want to stay on the better PMs. Why the fuck does China care about the... I don't think China's in that war. Are they in the war? They might be. I think they have an alliance with one of these guys, or a defense pact. No? Prussia wanted to support Qing, though, earlier, when we were looking at stuff. So they cut through the red tape. We've got plenty of red tape to cut through. So that's the event, giving us this uptick here. We're hoping that, you know, we can bring it home, but... France lost to Brazil very early in the game. They were not grouping their boats to support their landing army. Having aggressive expansion system would work better, yeah. But, like, aggressive AE would have not worked for conquering all the unrecognized world, because AE, they don't care if, like, it's not the same culture or religion or whatever. What is this, dude? Bro, UK is just going ham as hell. Oh, UK's rivaled us. Might not be salvageable. Might be Jover regarding UK relations. France just took Sinai. Rip. We're gonna see what other people join in with. It's a good way. Notorious is a good way to make people hate you. Actually, wait, why can't we liberate Canada? Because we don't have an interest there. That makes sense. That tracks. Alright, we'll sway in for liberating Canada, I think, here. That should make our kind of what we're doing against the USA a little bit better or easier. What are you offering us? Liberate Guatemala. Not quite what we want. Not quite my tempo. By the way, Tibetan expedition event had a chance to give you Tibet as a protector for 0 infamy. Oh, really? So it's actually an expedition worth doing? Or had a chance as in no longer has a chance? Boo, are they really not gonna wanna... Oh no, wait, we just have to wait. We're still not on max taxes, so probably want to still be adding construction, to be honest. Let's do that. It's not at the front of the queue, but it'll get there soon enough. Why can't we ask for liberate Canada? What the hell? Color me confused. I mean, we have an interest in the region, do we not? Do have an interest. They're a puppet. They're exempted from service. It's because they're exempted from service? That doesn't make sense. Do we not have an interest in the British Isles? We do. Liberate Betty, and then then we would have our place to push through. I think they have port access. They need to have coastal access is one problem here. But if we liberated them, then we could push through them into the USA. The problem is that would break the appearance of our thing. We really want to just grab, like, just one of these without going high infamy yet. I think we can do this just by landing Canada, too. And then we'll sway in on Egypt. I think we could sway in even, yeah. Cape Colony kind of would be a nice one. We have to spend most of our infamy fighting the USA now, though, from now on, I think. British Congo is kind of appealing. That way we could actually colonize through here. So let's sway in on that. Looks like the USA is swayable. These guys in North India, these guys in South India, I think. We could double dip, but North India guy will actually just put over here. Just get all of our bases covered with that one. Guy wants to transfer everything. I guess we maybe rival him and humiliate him here. I don't think this is gonna go better or start going any better. Idaho's cheap, but not quite what we want. We have to fight Cape Colony anyways. I think that going after Panama maybe makes sense. I don't think we could get war reparations. I don't know of a UK incorporated state that we can land here. Because I don't think they incorporate this. This does have primary culture British, but they never incorporate it. Oh no! We went stupid mode. Okay, we could still get the USA to side in. The cautious pillager, as one does. That'll make that one really straightforward. I'm not sure we should have put in all these war goals though. That's maybe just like unnecessary and just making life harder for us. One day this guy will come on up. we're gonna keep this guy in North India, and if they are landing with a huge squad, mobilize for it. Something like that. Transfer Cape Colony? No, we don't want the infamy. Are you gonna end this run on stream? Planning on it. Not this stream, though. I mean, we could get a trade agreement with the USA just to get rid of the trade agreement with the USA later. Trade agreement itself is not going to be bad, and if we get rid of it, then American Indian Society, not like this. Not the American Indian Society we were thinking of. That's gonna make a bit of a difference. Alright. Should be fine for now. Really nice with the USA in on this other one. I kind of expect them to back down, but there's just a full gamut of war goals. We're super okay if they just back down to liberate Canada, though. Eh? Do that. We do not want foreign investment rights with them. I didn't realize we had a spot here. Although maybe it's better, because they won't land us as long as they have it, but I think we'd rather just push them out. I mean, if we resolve some of these, maybe we're supposed to land the UK proper. I think either way, maybe we're supposed to go after their ships here. So, is this guy convoy rated? No. Can we recruit a convoy rated? Nah. Do we have a convoy raider? Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Should be able to push here pretty quick. What country is this? We're playing as India. True Bharat Patriots. Jai Hind. Fortunately, I don't speak any Hindi. But yeah, we should be able to push this through. We still have to occupy all the other war goals, though, which is maybe a bit of a vibe. I think that we will... Oh, these guys need to be advancing. Good. Once they finish this up, we'll use the 10 stack to land the Mosquito Kingdom. To get more war goals enforcing on the UK for releasing Canada. But this should significantly gimp the UK. And then I think it's going to be cheaper for us on an infantry perspective to peel this stuff off of Canada, but man, oh man. We might have to go high infantry like a lot sooner than we would have wanted with this run. So We're fine shape here. So this 50 stack, maybe this 50 stack. Oh, we didn't even have an offensive guy. Could maybe land him up here. We'll try that. See what total convoy amount we're at is 13.5k, and we're about to finish a bunch of these ports. We got landings kind of coming in a few spots. But I think we're okay. I think we will just mobilize this army to just play defense here. The fact that they now land in multiple spots now does make that a lot more micro-intensive. So we'll use them. Try and get the landing in. Pushing there. Pushing there. Oman's in default. It do be like that. Except I think there are subjects so they can't default. We're gonna raid convoys here. We should be winning all these battles. Prussia and France are deadlocked, but it looks like Prussia is slowly gaining control of this. So I think once Prussia gains control of this, and they do have control of it, they could take France below 0, no? Apparently not. Ah, because they have Humiliate on there. Yeah, that'll do it. So I still think we're in okay shape. We just have to be a little bit careful and watch and make sure no place is getting a ton of landing progress. Last time, they actually landed in the Southeast Asia or the Indochina strategic region and then pushed into our capital. So, which is fair enough because this is what we do to the AI. See. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have Humiliated in there. I think that, yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I think we're fine with that. They always bring the troops back, which is, of course, fine. What they should do. See if we can be a little cheeky here. And land in there. So I think it takes our ships less time to get to that strategic region. Let's do some of that. Are pushing into Canada. Looks like we're just tying them up in two different spots. But this landing's not gonna work. I don't think. They need to really move somewhere else, so that we have to wait for them to go all the way over to Canada. Looks like Germany does get it done. We get the North German Fed. I think Germany's shortly to follow, right? Is it possible to convoy raid the UK to bankruptcy when they don't have India? Probably. I know you prefer the low infamy style. Have you considered doing high infamy one tag run though? That's kind of what the UK run is doing. What we're doing with that. I think we published an episode on it last night. Certain PMs make you lose money, at least what the game says. I'm lacking labor right now, so any PMs that would free up labor would be good. No, not any PMs, but most PMs. Chainsaw PMs is just like absolutely terrible. And should never be, under any circumstances, turned on for any reason ever. When multiplayer? I think next week. I want to make a video on it this week and then ask people to sign up, because if I just ping the Discord, then, or if I just post in the Discord, I didn't get a lot of feedback, so I think I have to make a video for it. We have a guy pushing here, no? There we do. We don't mind getting humiliated here. So if we have to trade humiliate for like this, not exactly what we want, but I'm starting to think that we can't land them up here. Definitely trashing their navy, but like naval combat needs to be different too. Colonial exploitation passing is so nice. Because we already have malaria prevention. Yep. Maps and straight edges, the thing's like impossible to complete though. Return Sinai, man. It's gonna be a show. Hello. Hello. We've done it, guys. We've made it. Finally did it, everyone. That was not in our what we wanted to happen cards. That was not in our bingo card. I think we're gonna finish this up and then move the 50 stack over. But I guess we have a bankroll, so we don't care about anything anyways. Because money's not real anymore. Mass conscription. UK is also just gonna get spread too thin here. We have another war coming in. Size of the loans are not too large yet, though. This is also another way we could beat them, is by forcing a bankruptcy. Where did they land, bro? They really land South India? not think they were gonna land Ceylon. Can it not make use of our guys? Maybe it couldn't make use of our guys. That's kind of obnoxious. Alright, things are turning up a little bit in terms of heat level. High infantry is very annoying to play. I kind of agree. UK isn't really high infantry though. You're dictating your way to the world conquest. You mean high infantry from like the start? High infantry from the start's not even how you would do it if you were like trying to do it. High infantry from the start is like actual RP. Like it's just not efficient. Great Britain backs down against the French Republic, but we still get our diplo back, no? Yeah, we got the bankroll. We got it. We got the bread, boys. Oh, give it to me. So we're also going to do this. Now, we don't have this massive positive bounce, but that's just because we added a few under construction there. Alright, let's land here too. Just kind of a little bit of damage control. God, I really hate that you don't actually destroy boats. If you actually destroyed boats, this would be substantive, but we've been tying them up, their navy, for like literally the entire war here, right? Nothing. Irrel. Doesn't matter, wouldn't matter. Actually, let's let freaking Belgium. That way we have a guy who's closer. So then we can land from here to over here. I think we don't need these guys anymore, except they were defending HQ. Ceylon's been occupied. We'll just stand this army down. Unfortunately, the occupation in the Egyptian War of East Africa does not count. Belgium just gets enforced on, sure. Yeah, the 19th stack I don't think we can land through. Because the 26th stack's gonna move over. And I guess we could try. This war's kind of important to us. I think we might change things up a little bit. If it takes us 3 years, it takes us 3 years. That would really suck, though. We'll switch off that if we have to. We need to at some point go through and fix all these, but we want to start turning on some electricity. We were at like 13.5 convoys before, now we're at 19.6. We don't have much raiding going on against us either. Yeah, we don't have enough to humiliate Great Britain. We shouldn't have put that war goal on. That's the only war goal that requires we actually land Great Britain. That was my mistake. That was my bad. Cape Colony's gonna get pushed out soon. Oh, we need someone for... Not that this guy's very big, but it's at least someone for South India. We'll have to try and keep an eye on if South India is getting landed. Can you outgrow your debt? Yeah, definitely can. You have a Discord? Yeah, it's linked down below. Not from the start. The only countries that can do that are Great Britain and France. I'm thinking like a pressure run and form Super Germany. But the thing is like the optimal way to play is to not like be really kind of to not mix it up early with the GPs until you can really steamroll them till 1860 or so, then go bad boy. It's like, I still think you're kind of picking like an arbitrary point there that's like not necessarily optimal, but to be fair, in the UK run, we do it just 30 years later. I guess it's like a third. Does the size of your conscripts make a difference in diplo plays for getting bankrolls, for example? It does, but it makes a much smaller difference than it used to. It used to make a really big difference. Now the amount of benefit you can get is capped at 50, so like once you hit the cap, it doesn't do anything. There are no problems building 150 aircraft carriers in Victoria 3 in 3 months. No one builds aircraft carriers in Hoey 4 because the game ends faster. Yeah. Like the boat stuff needs to be a little bit different. I'm not sure how this ends though here. God, it's like so not worth the infamy, it's so stupid. Those events are just like really miscalibrated in terms of the cost. We're just never getting in on 250 stack on the landing here. We actually lost a naval battle. Let's maybe run away here. That's with the convoy raider. Maybe it's because he's not a high enough promotion. But now the fleet's effectively at half strength. I mean, we're occupying all the other stuff, but we're never gonna... Oh, it's landing there's like, it's just a matter of, I mean, we could try and trade war goals. We definitely want to release Canada, though. God. Maybe the meme was just a dream. It's unfortunate we couldn't demarginalize the trade unions before this election. I know we said that last election, but it's still true. South Bengal. Okay, we got guys there. Bankrolls are too strong to go high infamy. Yeah, this is basically the thing. But even without it, like, you still would just, like, getting the infamy as quickly as possible is just, like, it's not worth it. God, that's gonna be such a stupid peace deal. When does this guy recover? We could just fire this guy, but we already promoted him a whole bunch, so that's not really an option. I'm shocked we lost a battle with him. Maybe we just do this. Guess that works. Up to 2K construction, so we're like kind of at a point where we're starting to really take off. Maybe we're supposed to just add a whole bunch more. And try and land with like someone really big. Like this army. Do you have to avoid deficit spending without recognized powers? Generally, yes. It's not like, yeah, you just have to avoid it. That's like the simple answer. There's like some degree of nuance, but it's basically almost no nuance. When you focus on building late game when you have a lot of peasants but prices are compressed, you just have to spend to get prices to come back up. Also depends, convoys are super glitched, really? We have a ton going into trade routes right now, it feels really nice. Which is why we're floating 1K Diplo. Russia's out. Yeah, fair. Is our army shadow realmed then? God, we just... That shadow realms our army. That's so stupid, dude. Oh wait, what? USA got it forced out, and so we lost the front. Is that what happened here? That is what happened here. God. We lost all the occupation in Canada. Bro. Like, we had a ton of boots on the ground there, but it doesn't matter. We don't need higher vassalization. We could go construction 1. I guess we're not going to need colonial offices if we're playing suboptimally to go after the US a lot more than normal. Kind of like construction 1. Also wouldn't hate the construction company, so put in construction 1 here. Brazil just has 100 stack parked there. God, this is so stupid that this gets shadow round like this. We'll just bring him down so we can mobilize him again. Gonna be useful in there. Oop. Definitely should have been on publicly traded this whole time, yikes. Hopefully we weren't sitting on that bad PM for too long. Maybe we have to go through all the 8 PMs. Real trade unions are the real folks we made along the way, not like this. To this day, I don't know how to fix the shadow army bug. You could delete the army. It's one of the more straightforward ways of doing it. For the most part, we shouldn't be using labor-saving PMs. I think we'll let them be on whatever AI is cooked into them. Except for this, we're gonna use labor saving there. Main reason is because we have a steel company. We also hate livestock ranches, so we don't care if they're profitable, so we'll use the labor saving PM there too. And on the mines. But everything else, no labor saving. Okay, sometimes on the railways. I could have sworn there was another thing. No, that was the steam swap we needed to make. Okay. We have British Congo occupied. Oh, we don't have it fully occupied. We have this fully occupied. Is that actually one that requires us to land them? God. Alright, well. Let's go do that. Oh, do we really not have anyone else in South Bengal? That's a problem, huh? I mean, we have the Navy currently fending this off. Or not our Navy, but Brazil's. So we could shuffle around some guys, at the very least. We've, like, wiped out so many navies and it doesn't matter. They just get to recover and come back. Boats aren't real, they can't hurt you. Congo's colonizing. I think Egypt, like, never gets enforced on here. They have a debt of 11 million. Doesn't sound like very much. Looking to add a bit of construction here. We found a way to squeeze the maximum, specifically 96% in taxes for puppets. That is intriguing. I don't even know if you'd want to squeeze that much, because then they actually can't afford the bureaucracy to keep taxing. Like, you might actually make more on a lower amount, but that's interesting. Sir Demand with the shots fired, bang bang. Yeah, I'm not going to reserve spots for anyone. When I announce it, it'll be first come, first serve. And it's going to be the 3v3v3. So that means that teams will be drafting. Let's get this guy out of here before he gets shadow realmed. Alright, actually let's not. Let's move him over here. I hate this front here, the way this one works. It's like a front to the north and the south, but it like looks funny and like mechanically it's just strange. But okay. I think we want to keep some of these guys around. For defending. I mean, it'll be much easier once we have enough like stuff on Canada to enforce on Canada. Does it require having that? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna 51, or we're gonna 50. Stuff that's close. God, our political situation is just so god-awful. White peace. I think we want British Congo. So we're gonna say no to that, dog. Unless Egypt capitulates out, in which case we'll need to occupy British Congo ourselves. Is that... what do they... else do they need? Oh. All they need is British Congo? We can fix that. And Canada gets ravaged again. I think that we're kind of pulling up on Canada's capitals, usually in Ontario, right? Oh, this one's not. Our navy might get jacked up here, coming in. What's going on with the Sikh Empire? They're subjugated by us. They changed the bankruptcy mechanic in the 1.7.4 update. How did they change it? Other than the fact that Kandahar can join. I know they changed specifically. Oh wait, why does Kandahar even exist? What happened here? I suppose we don't really care that much, but... they changed it so that it didn't apply the construction malice if you were foreign investing. That was my understanding of the change. Exploitation of members gives 0.05 for a puppet. It'll be 0.35 plus 175% from what I wrote in Discord. Interesting. I don't even know if that's better though. Because can they even... Do they just... Do your subjects just doom spiral? I feel like your subjects might just doom spiral if you do that. I guess I don't really know. Got 2 researches done at the same time. I didn't see what the other one was. But steam trains and steel passenger is going to be really nice. How do you not be able to defend, man? Conscripts aren't working properly, which is why we have like this hugely conscripted up army, even though none of them are active, allegedly. Wait, wasn't this army like a 90 stack before? Did some guys get just taken off from it? Maybe that's why... We'll take a white piece. God, we shouldn't have put Humiliate Canada in there. Stupid. We are not at war with Great Britain. Got some bad news. Okay, guys, don't worry. We're not at war with Great Britain. It's because it's still occupied by Brazil because of a bug. I mean, we could get a free subject, but at what cost? I have a secret answer to that question. The cost is free. We're gonna invite that guy because he will boost the clout of the thing. I think we only have one thing on the anti-Belgian, so we'll just do this and the anti-Belgian association will just go away. Push them out there. Transfer Hejaz. Why would you do this? No. AI's being dumb. They just want to give up Hejaz for no reason when they can force the UK out. They're like, we didn't want it anyway. Could have sworn this army was bigger. Maybe they got some of these units. Or 5 months, that's so long. I think we're gonna have to come back there and do landings to get them out from there. Don't tell me you're not covering the front. Hey, Ngor. You're very welcome for the content. If you want to be an absolute maximum, you need to switch your subjects to command economy, which removes the investment pool and turns it into income. Stonks, baby. I'm not sure if that does maximize income. And I'm saying I'm not sure as in I'm not sure and not I'm not sure as in I think it's incorrect. Because when you're trying to create income yourself, like command economy is actually not optimal. See our subject going after Oman. Hell yeah, brother. Slay. Get that cheddar. So what you can overcome with the yo-yo is this 1k, but that's kind of like it. If we had good relations, we could maybe peel off a second bankroll. We really don't have this because of that. I don't know why we don't have the ticking war goal on Cape Colony. Is it count because it's occupied for the other war? Jesus, I think it's considered to be occupied for the other war. That's stupid if that's how that works. They're gonna have to capitulate out on the other war soon, though. Unify Ethiopia and Ethiopia. Someone's trying. Is command economy viable with the new ownership mechanics? Yes, it's just not good. I would say that it's viable. I would say that it's, like, playable. It is just worse, but I would say it's playable. I suppose it depends what you mean by viable. You could definitely play it. We do not want them to give up Hejaz. It seems stupid. Unnecessary. Is this mutual investment rights? We'll say no. Say nah, dog. These guys are coming from British East Africa. Let's make sure we have someone coming over there. Looks like we're going to occupy all of Canada soon. I think the front's gonna split there in a funny way. It'll be our first level 50. Level 60, I mean. Trying to get more boats. I think we're gonna have to merge some armies to make things work. See, so that'll be up to 100 stack with a 40 conscript. Let's make it bigger. Having qualification issues here. Bengal as well. Put down a couple of unis to try and take care of it. I don't think we need to go like scorched earth with the level 50 uni. Is the UK close to bankruptcy? Probably not. I mean, their eco's starting to have some problems. If we see this, you can see that their debt's doubled. I think that they will have well over 20 million in kind of pool. A gold reserve. What is this, like 40% for us? So we have a credit limit of maybe 80k or 80 million. And they're at 20 million. Maybe they are getting close to bankruptcy. If their GDP is this, right? Their GDP is 100 million. Ours is at around 80k. Yeah, okay, so they're probably actually getting kind of close. I mean, I think this is how we win. It's also why we swapped to going landing craft, because I think we just get it once we get landing craft. Convoy rating's really not been too big a problem for us overall. We're gonna go domestic. We're gonna look by job seekers, and whichever place has the most job seekers probably has the most pops. As a way of kind of shortcutting. I think we could incorporate Benin though. Whoa, come on, bro. Maybe I just misclicked. I feel like the game misclicked for me, but... We have a naval invasion coming in South Bengal. We just gotta make sure that it's covered. It does look like it's covered, though. I'm playing the trade union block currently. Mainly because we started the block kind of late, and we wanted to be able to generate mandate quickly. And we didn't have monarchy, so we couldn't go the sovereign empire anyways. For the love of God. Okay, they split properly, but... They're landing against Pegu. Pegu, I'm not sure actually has anyone defending, so let's make sure. Very sneaky. I don't think we're gonna white peace, my guy. refinite coal is going to be actually pretty nice. Considering what we're trying to do. If I recall correctly, the top. Let's just double check what this is giving us. Infrastructure. And loyalists. The loyalists being the big one. It's going to allow us to actually probably have, maintain higher loyalists. This combined with other modifiers making us maintain higher loyalists despite being on high taxes. We're going to again look sort by job seekers. Do some of that. God. Really? This guy got yeeted because the things got funny. The fronts got funny, so he just got yeeted, and it takes forever for him to get back. We even had 2 guys there very intentionally, so that in case funny business happened. I guess we still like have our 1 guy there, but that's kind of stupid. There we go. Should work. I think they're gonna move all their troops back, yeah. We have to occupy Canada, otherwise they'll have like minus a ton on the peace deal for accepting it. You know what? I think we might just we'll let these guys finish off them, but you know what? Here, let's get the Bengal army. Let's not land here. Let's come here and actually finish this job. And then with this army, a little torpedo boat squad. Try and do that. Spaghetti front strike again. We're just so crushing them with the amount of troops we have, but it doesn't matter because the front's split funny. It's like considerably worse in the like far north states that are really big. Like if you're doing like Russia versus Qing, this is really common. I guess it's common in Canada, but like if you're fighting on this front, you get spaghettied super hard. You just discover the most overpowered exploit for the 3v3v3 ever. You want to share it, or you want to keep it secret? Keep it safe, keep it secret. I can respect that. Just want to note that in your YouTube videos you mispronounce laissez-faire. I believe laissez-faire is a word that is allowed to be pronounced multiple ways in terms of pronunciation. But I might be mispronouncing it.
Laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire? Laissez. Alright. Maybe I'm mispronouncing it. wow, we have more viewers on Twitch than we do YouTube. That doesn't happen very often. Maybe it's because we published a video late last night. The YouTube people are probably watching the video. Maybe? Maybe it's the rise of the Twitchers. You do not want your white piece, my guy. What we want is our army to have not teleported away. That would actually be exactly what we want. But I suppose we'll settle for them going bankrupt and winning the war that way. So now that we have this 100 stack here, we're going to be able to push British Congo pretty easily. I forgot, did we not establish? Yeah, there we go. Oh, such a good such a good pickup for us in terms of like, this cost us 4 infamy. To be fair, we need to do something that costs infamy. Can we finally reduce autonomy on Persia? Yeah, we can. We shouldn't have done that second one. That gave us a Diplo catalyst with a couple guys. Alright. Well, now they're much more likely to accept it. Okay, so transfer Oman wouldn't be the end of the world. Something like this would not be the end of the world. God, I hate this war. I hate this war system so much. We just, like, actually need to fully land, like, this to take what we want. Otherwise, they'll accept nothing but a white beast or the destruction of their nation. I mean, their nation is like, they're having some problems, huh? Their debt's up to 25 mil. I don't think they can sustain that. So I guess this is just the soup we're swimming in now. There are too many troops back there to really for us to do anything about it. The AI never like demobilizes though. Armies, yeah. Just trying to land multiple ones at once. Just like the most insipid wet noodle fight where we're just both trying to land each other, both 100% can't. But we have an ace in our up our sleeve. Landing craft is coming in. Bro, we're just actually getting pushed out of this front because it just keeps getting spaghettied. Feels bad, man. What can men do against such reckless spaghetti? We also need to fill up our queue. These do gum up the queue for a while. We'll do it down to maybe 250k here. Let's do that. get some economies of scale there. Yeah, we are beating them. God, I feel so smart swapping onto landing craft now, though. This war taking like infinite years might kill the meme run, though. But us having landing craft also will allow us to fight the USA. We're just gonna make this into like a 200 stack, but they still need to recruit up. Now who's gonna get front spaghetti? Not us. Man, it must suck for all those Indians to be fighting in the Canadian wilderness for years. The truth hurts. It's based on the French, which basically means let it run its course, and more hard-ass, laissez-faire. Don't want it to sound haughty, but you love your videos anyway. Funny. It's just funny as a French speaker. Yeah. So one of the things is like Victor Torglum. Thank you for the follow. One of the things is like anytime I pronounce anything that isn't like American or English, like in its like spelling or whatever, like I just get wrecked in the comments. Like Medi or Metis or however the place up here is pronounced, every Canadian came out to be like, bro, you pronounced it wrong. And it's like, I like knowing when I pronounce stuff wrong, and I get it, but like also, it's like, I feel like people have the expectation that I'm going to pronounce every single word correctly, and that's just like not a realistic expectation. Like 100% I'm going to make mistakes pronouncing words. Oh my god, we got pushed out. Rip. We got pushed out and instantly yeeted all the way back here. Does feel bad, man. You know, the thing is I feel like most people when they, I'm not saying this about you specifically, but I feel most people when they make comments about pronunciation, for them it's an obvious pronunciation error, and they don't realize it's not an obvious pronunciation error for everyone. And so you have these like spots where it's like, we have the landing craft, we have the technology, we could rebuild them. But we're involved in a battle right now. You know, like, it's this, I forget what the name of the fallacy is, or the phenomenon, but you forget about what it is that you don't, or you don't remember what it's like to not know something, and, like, pronunciation is probably a pretty good example, where, like, it seems like it's obvious it should be pronounced some way, but then isn't necessarily. I think we'll send these guys to kind of try and do some stuff there. Maybe. Let's also upgrade. You're not going to say the exploit, but it's literally infinite money. I mean, you could have one person bankroll themselves into bankruptcy to support the other two members. I don't know why we picked that option. Definitely should have picked the other option. Now the troops will come back. He's just gonna send a whole bunch of troops back. We'll see if we can get it done, though. Glad to find you here. Any idea how to stop private construction? You don't. Private construction's your friend. It lets you utilize the investment pool. Without private construction, you can't utilize the investment pool. Little convoy raiding there is causing us some problems. Okay, so now we have to land into a 99 stack, an 83 stack, but we don't have the landing penalty. Okay, we might have to land with 2 armies simultaneously to get this done. God, I'm so frustrated that we got spaghettied out over here, though. We, like, had that front in the bag. The China army's gonna be another big one. We're gonna try to go up to 100 stack on our other navy and try and land in 2 spots at once. See if that works with the China army. God, we are just like, we should be getting infamy right now. I don't even know the best place for us to acquire infamy here. Kinda want to deck on the USA right now, but that just seems crazy. Wow, France just collapsed here. Oh, obviously they collapsed. What am I thinking? France is gonna definitely collapse because they're bankrolling us. This looks like it's not going to work unless we can kind of find a way to cheat their troops somewhere else. Not into like this 200 stack all by ourselves. Let's see if we can try and do this. So they're gonna start sending over to the correct HQ, but will they send all of these stuff? Yeah, they will. They have a brain. Shoot, that sucks. I remember when they initially spoiled 1.5. It was very, very exciting. And they said they would allow you to put in multiple armies on a single landing, which would help out, because eventually we were capped by army size, but the thing is we can just like, they're gonna go bankrupt here. Once they go bankrupt, we'll just win. Their GDP is like absolutely, what's this? This is them being in default. Like their GDP collapsing, I think that's them being in default, so. We'll see where the armies go. If the armies go sufficiently far away, we'll be able to do something. I think that we keep getting bricked temporarily by the colony expanding. Is that what's going on? No, it shouldn't, because when we have the capital, it shouldn't matter. God, there's no overseas provinces, as far as I know, that the UK has that are incorporated. That's what you need to take for humiliation. We just, like, really shouldn't have put it in the humiliation war goal. If we didn't do that, this would have been, like, so much more straightforward. I wish you could drop a war goal, too. We are just suffering. Bankroll isn't infinite money. No, it's not. I suppose if you guys... Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. It doesn't surprise me, though. The game is not, like, balanced for that type of thing whatsoever. This war might suck to play through, but it's hurting the UK while not really affecting you that much. Yeah, that's why we're still in it. It's not like... I mean, it is affecting us. We would be able to pop off harder, but this war's, like, kind of important. But it is, like, I made a really big mistake putting in that humiliation. At this point, it would have been better for us to just go for the USA. Like, if we... This is the same difficulty as, like, the USA war would have been. So, like, at this point, it just would have been better. You know what I mean? Like, because we could have landed the USA easier than the UK, and the entire reason we wanted to release Canada is because we didn't want to land the USA, so, like, this... But it's gonna make... We've already made our bed, now we might as well swim in it, so, like, I don't know how they avoid collapse here. Our GDP is just too much bigger than theirs. Are these guys shadow realmed, or what's going on here? What? I'm so confused what this is. Bro, these guys are pushing from here into here. That's crazy. Alright, I don't think we need colonial offices for what we're doing. We could do freedom of movement to increase exodus. We could go advanced research. I think we're going ahead of time right now. Or food specialization probably are the two options. We have a lot of agriculture. I think we're gonna go this. And we'll max out that one first, probably. Let's just raise these conscripts. Raise these conscripts too. But first you don't succeed, try again. The first step to failure is trying, so never try. Mostly, etc. Can't remember if Rajputana has a bonus. I don't think they do. Yeah, definitely mistakes were made here. I feel like when we win this war, it's gonna be something stupid and cheesy, though. Like, they just will forget to send troops back on this landing or something, and so we'll just get it. But no, the boats that can never be sunk are back at it again. God. So those frigates will tie us up, and don't normally do this to see what we probably want to build. Oh, yikes. Look at this. Look how cheap this is. The trade routes are also making things slow down. That also cleans things up a bit. Yeah, construction, that's right. Baluchistan having the ability to build like yeah, it's part of Macron, but yeah, just looks so funny because it looks like it's locked inland. Alright, let's sort by earnings. The first level of a lot of these industries will be really valuable with the consumer industries, but one problem with that is building your first level of building actually creates a good amount of lag. Because you've created more pot fragmentation with that first building. You've unleashed a monster. That should be good for now, ish. I'm glad those are dying like instantly. Wow, are we just actually gonna get in here? Disgusting. No, they're bringing army back, we're not. I think we move this fleet over, though. With the idea that we're soon going to have the China army land up north, with the hopes that we can enforce. Are they not going to bring armies back? I mean, if they don't bring armies back, we just win. We don't want to build too much in Beijing because it's actually not connected to our market capital here. How do you form India from EIC? You have to research pan-nationalism and then gain independence. Why is this so unprofitable? We just have a huge glut of tools. Alright, that's fair. And it's also on the early levels here. And they have bad mapping. Yeah. Guess we haven't updated that in a while. Can't use telephone switchboards, don't have the telephonos. Guess we'll do that. Should be good. Hey Frozen, how's it going? Yeah, my Spanish is not good enough to like answer questions in Spanish. I know like a little bit. Hello, have you tried the Vic 3 Realms of Exeter mod yet? No, I haven't. It's about magic and other races. No, but it's been suggested a few times. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know. I think we might be running out of time to like take everything off the USA that we need in order to do this meme run. Mainly because this war is taking so long. And maybe we're just being stubborn about it. Sunk cost fallacy and all that. Yeah, probably are. Just being stubborn about it. As soon as this battle finishes, we're going to start landing in the Highlands. Like, we've sunk every boat in their navy. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get gummed up again. Now they have 140 stack. So it's up to them over here in the north to like get it done. Or pull enough troops off. Hopefully we can get long enough battles here to keep them distracted. Looks like we're actually rumbling over this. Interesting. Not have anyone like pushing on these fronts? Is that why they're taking so long to move? Pretty sure we do. Yeah. No. Not being able to accept peace deals is also frustrating. Okay, we're actually winning a battle. Fantastic. All it took was 170 doom stack. And them to be out of position, because this is still, they can defend with more than just this 117. I think they're not bankrupt yet, though. So the AI just like, what is this about? What? Why did they lose such a big economy and then just stall? Did someone take out their debt? I doubt it. Doesn't make any sense. Yet another election passes where we do not have these guys demarginalized. And in fact, they're getting further and further. Rip the dream. We can do this and maybe start passing some laws, though. I think we wanted to pass women's suffrage, and we can pass that. This should get into. But this one is also succeeding, so. Not sure we actually, well, we'll just build this. I think we didn't turn on all of our electricity either, so we'll do that now. We also have to turn on that. And then, yeah, our investment pool's got some problems because so much ownership is owned by the UK. We need like a protectionist. I thought I'd never say it. Looking up to set up auto expands here. Wow, we've almost exhausted the fish. Yikes. Planning on making a save file where you've released all nations, play small nations, Wales, Ukraine, Hungary, etc. I think that'd be neat. You should, if that sounds good to you though, you should check out the Divergences mod. Because that creates a lot more middling, small-sized power. Due to not being able to create capitals, if you are willing to leave America and DC instead of Oklahoma, the run gets way easier. No, but you, like... Oklahoma is so much funnier, right? Because Oklahoma was an Indian reservation. DC was never an Indian reservation. But yeah, it does get a lot easier if we're not as obstinate about it, I guess. Bruh. We have, like, no ownership class. Not like this, dude. You can tell because all of our luxuries are super cheap. So much stuff's just owned by Great Britain. There's not a way for us to seize it all, right? While we're at war? There should be a way. Or maybe there shouldn't be, but we wish there was. Looks like this gets in though, and that's going to be the last 25% progress we need, so we're going to full enforce on them. Jesus. Hey Rob DeFlob, how's it going? Hey, I wanted to know if you could explain combat a bit, what comps I should use, and how many units per army. Generally speaking, so there's like... I still need to test with the idea of using troop batteries, but let's just forget about that for now. Oh my god, the conscripts are auto-conscripting, not like this. But generally speaking, you should have half your army be infantry and half your army be artillery, and this is the most straightforward way of approaching it. There are like a few other archetypes which are, I think, are mainly reasonable, but for the most part, artillery gives you the absolute most raw stats. But if you have over 50% artillery, you get a malaise. So what you should be doing is you should be doing as much artillery as possible, then balance it out with infantry. Cavalry generally doesn't have high stats, but you do get an extra battle occupation. They're specifically good for landing squads where you are expecting to not meet any or stiff opposition, because then they can land and push really quickly. So that's kind of the use for cavalry. But they are giving this battle occupation bonus proportional to what percentage of them are in there. And so if you have like only 5% cavalry, you're only going to get like 5% of this battle occupation, 30% bonus. So it's really not going to be worth it unless you kind of want to be on half. Now, if you're on half and half cavalry and if you have over 30% cavalry, you gain access to rapid advance, which is also useful. So there's some teeth to that. There's maybe because you could borrow troops, there's maybe a strategy where you go like where you go 1 and 1 on infantry and just look to troop borrow so that you can use rapid advance. But like the most straightforward answer is you want half infantry and half artillery, because it's going to give you the most stats. And then if you are going to be only using stuff for defending, like these squads we have to defend against naval landings, we have them on all infantry, which is partly because the PM for firearms is a little bit better than the PM for cannons, and so economically speaking this is a little bit better, but you also just have more defense, and if you're defending against landings, you will 100% of the time be defending. So in terms of stats, this infantry is going to be better. What we do with this is we stick them home and we just have them defend. But the kill rate's like not inconsequential for beating up people who are landing on you. So if you're defending against landings with artillery, it's like not like terrible, but it's a little bit better, I think, with mono infantry. Notably, if you stick everyone in an army on defend front, you can guarantee that they will be fighting on defense. But since there's troop borrowing, half and half is probably the way to go. But we have a lot of infantry just because we haven't recomped, because we're not trying to like absolutely uber min-max. But I think we're kind of losing our window here of being able to do what we wanted to do with this run, which is a little bit sad. Shan States, I think, is the one with the most. We just like don't have a lot of this stuff, huh? We just have such little mineral resources where we are. Hopefully that was helpful. What's optimal is like not that interesting, but it's just kind of half and half is the short of it. It's not like Hoey where there's like, oh, this like weird combat with consideration and this type of thing. But the theoretical using like half and half on defensive squads, and then using rapid advancers to advance is a bit interesting. But even stuff like heavy barrage, I think, is better than rapid advance, and pillage sometimes is better than rapid advance. So us being able to pillage is pretty nice. You also do want to have splits between offense and defense on your armies that are pushing, because these guys are getting 10% offense when they're attacking, and these guys get if we're on defend front, we get 10% defense, and so what will happen is your defending guys will be more likely to be selected on defense, and they'll also tend to accumulate defensive traits, and so you do want to split things up a little bit. But thanks. May I ask 2 more questions? Sure. If you do my strategy, 6 years worth of wartime to fight America, assuming you can subjugate them in the Second War. Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible, but it's like you have to subjugate Mexico, United States, reduce autonomy on each of them, or Yeah, there's like barely enough time to do it though. Like, and the game's gonna start getting a lot slower. And I think that people mainly watching the like kind of starts, and so I mean we're probably gonna be done pretty soon today. And so that we like got like off to a really slow start, or like that we got gummed up in this war forever. It's maybe a bit of a problem. I mean, we're gonna win it, but at what cost? Is that Indian flag historically accurate? No, it's the communist flag for India. It's not a historical flag. Should I be death stacking, or should I split them in stacks of 60, for example? Well, you should have armies that are, having more armies gives you more flexibility and maneuverability. Having bigger doom stacks is better for landing if you have a similarly sized navy. I like to have a few pretty big stacks, because it makes it mechanically easier to execute things for the game, but there isn't a really, really strong reason to have huge stacks other than for like naval landing reasons. God, this guy... Alright. We get gummed up at the last second there, but it doesn't matter. Wait, what? How do we not have that? Bro. This is British East Africa? God, that's stupid. Huh? We have to occupy British East Africa. We're just gonna use that guy because we know that they can execute. God, stupid. We're trying to release you, dog. And they're having a rev at the same time here. Homeboy still wants white peace. Go. Don't think we're gonna turn. The PM's so good, but I don't think we're gonna turn it on. I think we shouldn't even be using the tool one, to be honest, though. I guess we're just wrecking the UK now. I don't know why we can't enforce this. Neither their capital nor the following war goals are being occupied, but their capital is being occupied. Someone told me about this bug before, but this is like kind of obnoxious here. Huh? Canada's in defaults. Oh, we pulled the guy off of that front? Shoot. I think we're gonna stop bolstering these guys. And start bolstering the other guys. We're gonna tax the luxury furniture over glass. So we can go interventionism maybe at some point, sometime. Because I kind of want to test some stuff with that, but... Yeah, our profile for these goods is also all messed up. Nice that we're getting rid of a lot of these unemployed, but what I mean by the profile is like, it's hard for these buildings to be profitable when it's like minus 75 on like this type of thing. And we could try and export, but it's because we have a smaller ownership class, I think. Alright, now we're starting to tick them. Did we occupy this? Is that what had happened? No, we didn't. We just started to land it, and that was enough? Bro, that's weird as hell. I mean, we're gonna enforce everything now here, obviously, but... I don't even know what to say. That'll be a good one. That war just took us forever. Yeah, and then screwed you over once as well. I don't know what that was though, because it said we couldn't tick him down, and then we ticked him down. Maybe we should have loaded though, yeah. I personally, regarding the size of the armies though, I personally like having stacks of 20 to defend against landings, but sometimes you need multiple stacks of 20, so I tend to have like 1 to 5 of these like more death stacky types, and then what's this? And then after kind of having that, I tend to have a lot of little armies. That are like defensive squads. I'm not 100% sure it's correct, it's just like, on some level, optimizing for it's like not maybe the most important thing too, right? I think that just having a way bigger army is like the most important thing you can do. Make sure we have... Oh, we do not have EOS on some of this agricultural stuff. Really wish we weren't on homesteading, though. But I think we were just concerned about making... creating too much unemployment with the subsistence farms. Yeah, and see, even if we built here, we would create a bunch of unemployment. But not in Delhi, because Delhi doesn't have, they have subsistence grain farms, not subsistence rice farms. So we'll start doing some of that, I guess, for now. They'll hire back roughly the same number of people. Get as big mad. California is the country, not Mexico. Yeah. Why do you have such a big surplus? It's mainly because we're getting a Diplo Pact from France. It's a little bit hard to manage. Also, we're having a hard time keeping our construction queue going here. We really have, like, simultaneously, like, a depressed economy. And a lot of money. Could be a little bit hard. Well, I mean, okay, the main problem is actually we have a bunch... We don't have as much, like, mineral resources as we'd want. This is kind of what we need to keep the economy churning. And we've produced a ton of consumer goods, but the prices are just super collapsed. Same with, like, tools. This is, like, a really collapsed tools price. In fact, we can export it to a bunch of people, but... Maybe we actually even just need to start importing some of these inputs. Just because we can't produce them ourselves. The iron and the coal. Yeah. I wonder if we can export, steel. We do have a steel company. We've produced a lot of steel. We can't export steel. That's wild as hell. Steel's not normally one you can export that well. Was the British East Africa capital? It's here. Or the East Africa now. Maybe Home Counties wasn't the capital. Oh, you might be right. You are right. Midlands was, and then we occupied Midlands, and that's why we were ticking them down. Can you make a run with Bahrain or any other totally unrecognized country and make it the top one? I probably could. I think that takes me a lot of time to do that, and overall it's not like what people would want me to spend my time doing. Oh, we can't even demand ban slavery. Did they ban slavery since in the last however many years? They did. No civil war, though. Good on you. I don't think we're gonna get the meme done, guys. I think it's theoretically possible in 37 years, but I don't want to play the end date on this run. One day we'll do the India meme run, though. Connor, I think you're right that we have enough time to do it, like, in a theoretical sense. I'm just thinking, practically speaking, do I want to have 2 more sessions on India just to achieve the screenshot? I'm not sure the answer is yes. Because people also generally prefer earlier game content as well. Or playthroughs. We're very clearly #1 though. Let's maybe take a look at world affairs. So in terms of prestige, we're tripled Germany, which is kind of modest. I think that... So here's the thing that's like still bugging me. I think we should have gone interventionism. Look at this. Look at how little of our own GDP we are the owner of. In like a lot of these spots. We like just should have gone cooperative ownership and bit the bullet. And sacrificed this for all this. But yeah, like there's just so much stuff that we just don't own a lot of the GDP. And this is probably why UK super popped off as well. Or, well, they were. Not anymore. I guess not even super. Germany's pretty big, so Germany's doing alright. We sort by GDP. Qing's a little stagnant out. Despite us not taking a lot from them. USA always pops off. It's kind of been my experience here. It's not worth going for it, yeah? Yeah, I just... There's like, yeah, I think theoretically you can. Also, I play a lot worse on stream, generally, because I'm trying to interact with chat and I just like miss things. Population's looking pretty good. I think when you have a higher pop country, the minus mortality gets a lot better. In terms of, we could have gone food industry instead of advanced research. I think that would have been fine. Actually, considering we're researching macro now, and we don't have much ahead of time stuff to do, maybe it just would have been better to go food. People were really, like, really strongly disagreed with my evaluation on advanced research, where, I mean, I think it's clearly at the top of B tier, but they didn't like me putting it in B tier on the tier list. Germany formed crazy? I think we see it, like, not that uncommonly. It's like, I mean, if you mess with them, they won't form it. Like, it's pretty easy to prevent Germany from forming as a player. We could have joined France and prevented it, but we actively wanted it to happen. I think we also helped Germany out in a previous war. A little bit. I can't remember, though. We might have fought against them for a bankroll from France, but just not helped them at all. Them being up to cordial's nice. Attitude's gonna stay bad because I think that they have negative, what's it called? Oh, they don't have one with us. We have the anti-French society. No! Not like this. That's actually kind of bad for us, considering they're the ones who are bankrolling us. But, the real crime on the tier list was putting creative legislator in D tier. I mean, I think it's D tier or back of C tier. There was another thing I would have changed after, like, looking at it and thinking about it a little bit. I would have had, I think I probably, in retrospect, should have swapped the places of freedom of movement and external trade. I actually just think external trade's insane. It's like, it's so hard to evaluate though, because it's like, does external trade give me another bankroll? If yes, then OP. If no, then not. And I just don't know. I don't know what percentage of time external trade ends up giving you another bankroll and what percentage it doesn't. This is kind of the question, and I don't have the answers this way. I don't know. So... something I didn't emphasize enough in the video, though, was the main reason that the top two central pillars were Trade League and Sovereign Empire was because they were the ones that actually had really good principal groups. More so than them just being, like, way better mechanically than the other ones, I think. Let's find someone to raid, though. I think we're gonna wrap. I think now's kind of a good time to wrap up because we could get started, like, fighting the USA, but we're not gonna finish what we started. Kind of an interesting run, though. We just really got hurt by going for this. Just, like, actually caused us a lot of problems for going for, homesteading. With, like, this amount of peasants. We never could build out from it. I think a big reason why we also couldn't build out from it, just to be clear, is because we didn't have this ownership. Like, it was so much worse than it was, because we've done this before on different runs, but us not having this ownership really made the Industrialists a lot weaker than they otherwise would have. Let's see what we can do. See a bunch of people not in English. Someone says playing with Russia and it's in English. Okay, we've raided this guy before. Pond 26,530 something. So we will raid him again. Could raid Karasek, but he's in German and he's not playing Vic 3, so that's... Alright, so let's get our raid on. I will give the link to the YouTubers if anyone wants to join as well. This gentleman is playing a little bit as Russia. You really think creative legislature is worse than transportation infrastructure? Is it tier worse? No, I said I thought creative legislature goes at the back of C tier. Just coming back at the end, the truth hurts. Yo-yo swing doesn't work anymore. Not as well as it did. But Japan Guide when? I think that the next stream run, after, I think we're going to play Divergences or something like that. I actually don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to stream tomorrow at the same time though. But I think that the next stream run, we might be doing Jewish Japan at some point. Or we want that to be a video run, I'm not sure yet. But in any case, I will see you guys later. Godspeed. And for the YouTubers, we will give you this link. Oh, we already gave you the link. Farewell, friends. We like you more than the Twitchers. We say that in truth. And not just because we already sent the Twitchers away. Bye-bye now.